Hey guys, Bigfoot Tony here. So what I'm gonna do, so this is the Marble Mountain Bigfoot, as you can see. I am going to play the original, but I will stop at certain points to sort of comment. All right, let's just start here.
I'm up there on the center thing because he's gone that.
I just found a little bit of snow, some piled logs, but as we wander up, as we wander up into the trees a little bit, we notice that there's a pile of a brush here.
Immediately.
And as we look inside, we find out that something.
Brad's getting eaten alive.
Brad, let me climb out for a minute. Let me get a look into this thing.
Oh.
Let me walk around it a little bit. First of all, some kind of creature has taken.
So already he's suggesting that there's a creature that has made this shelter and taken the trees, when clearly he doesn't know that for sure. And if we scroll along, he's just talking about the same sort of stuff, and then he sees some what looked like scratch marks on a tree, which I don't believe they are. I think they're just sort of a natural pattern.
We notice claw marks as we look at the trees and
Claw marks.
stuff.
It's possible, but again, he doesn't know that for sure. So
Then we come around, we spin in here, and we see how whatever it is has been all smoothed out.
Ooh. Don't bite.
So I'm gonna be sleeping with.
here we see a string, which could be a sign of human. But then again, I do know that Sasquatch may sometimes use string or rope, anything that's lying around, or plastic, you know, that kind of thing. Just because there's string, it doesn't rule out Sasquatch. And he's suggesting that because there's no
Saw,
saw marks,
everything snapped.
and everything it looks like it's just been snapped or ripped from a tree, that no human can do this. Well, it is kind of a long stretch that a human could actually pull something like this off a tree, which is fair enough. But it could also be that this is storm damage, and could have been a human collecting these from nearby, or could indeed be Sasquatch.
As though by mighty, mighty strength. Every bit of the.
I seem to have picked a human camping area. You can see with the fire pits.
We see down here a fire pit, but we see no evidence that there was ever a fire.
So they've whoever's made the shelter has picked a camping site which is regularly being used, or has been used, or is currently being used, whether by the person walking, you will see walking down the hill now, could possibly be that person, or somebody else. I'm not suggesting that it's definitely a person. I'm just suggesting the possibility it could be a human walking down the hill, what he's pointing to right now. Just scroll along. Sorry, I can't play all of this. It's quite a long video, like 7.5 minutes, and then I have to explain everything. So I'll provide, as usual, a link to the original, and also I'll provide a link to the stabilized version which MK Davis has done, which is really, really good. I will stabilize certain sections as I go along, which interested me. So these are all in order, by the way, in order of the video. Let's watch the next one. Oh, actually, let's go back to this one. To me, this just looks like a person walking down a hill with a backpack. You can see the kind of the shape, which is the shape that a backpack would be. Narrow at the top and bulging at the bottom with whatever you have in the backpack. Here's another part section, and black and white. This looks like to me a human strolling down sort of short human steps, human strides. And this part, the person suggests that the person is what does he say?
See King's Castle?
Yeah.
He's shaking his fist at us.
Shaking his fists.
He's right in between the two trees right now.
He's screaming at us something. Get out of my camp, get out of my camp.
So obviously he cannot possibly know that it's screaming that, you know, unless he has like a parabolic mic or something like that.
He's shaking his fist at us.
He's right in between the two trees right now.
He's screaming at us.
So he's clearly not shaking his fists.
He's shaking his fist at us.
He's right in between the two trees right now.
He's screaming at us something.
And what's interesting, he seems to lose his balance here, which I don't see it to be something that a Sasquatch would do in this situation.
Right in between the two trees right now.
He's screaming at us.
Right in between the two trees right now.
He's screaming.
Right in between the two trees right now.
And I know some of you may think that well, the arms are just too long for a human. Well, in this video, everything seems longer and sort of stretched and distorted, basically due to the quality. Like here we see this grey area here, from here to here, and I believe this is the actual rock or ground, but it's kind of stretched and distorted. Well, I think that's what we're seeing here. It's kind of distortion, which making it look like the arms are longer. Okay, black and white. Okay, this is the part where he appears from behind the trees. Next is a nice profile shot as he walks down. Okay, let's go back. And to me, I'm almost 95% sure that is a human with a backpack, unless we can find, or somebody can prove to me that this is too tall to be a human. So we would need some information. Apparently, there's a video showing the comparison with one of the trees, the measurements of this figure and the tree, which I couldn't find myself. So so to me this is just a person with a backpack, camper, possibly the person who has made this camp. Small human strides, and then you can see he turns to the right as he sort of, yeah, meanders. And this is the end of the footage, or the last part we see the figure before he goes behind this ridge here. Sort of raising his hands up behind his head, perhaps. And again we see the sort of light area, the light area on the waist or the stomach. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. Maybe it's clothing, or if it is indeed a Sasquatch, which I don't believe it is, then it would be possibly just a lighter area of the skin, if it is a Sasquatch. But like I say, I believe it's just a person with a backpack. Alright, thanks for watching.